Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast, number 174. My name's Coach Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, our wonderful leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Coach Brad. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. What a great day. It is Sunday, April 23rd. 4,649 vault accounts. That's right, folks. Always growing. Nice and steady. Liquidity on PancakeSwap, 896,181 BUSD. That means we're just about $4,000 shy of breaking the 900K mark over on liquidity. Sheesh. IOC reserves holding nice and strong on the high side, 489,458 BUSD. And of course, the Spark price pool, my friends, believe it or not, again, another all-time high. It just keeps going and going and going. 613.86 ARK. That is a street value. Ring the bell or the register, please. 3,505.14 BUSD, folks. That is going to send them directly into nitro mode here on the ARK. Not only getting the 613 ARK deposited, but also what it does for their NDV, pushing them all the way up, revving the gauges of the NDV at 2%, almost forever and a day, folks. We're going to find the 126th winner here live on the podcast. But before we do that, let's go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Brett Nordine. We have a fantastic podcast for you today. The Badgers are here. It's their Sunday residency, and boy, have they put in a video showing you behind the scenes what went down over at the Secret DAO legacy NFT holders, the partners in the whole ARK ecosystem, and they're dropping the alpha pearls of wisdom, showing where the ARK is going before we officially launch it. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Brett.
Doing great. Yeah, and they did an amazing job packing all of that. Our week was amazing. Just a kind of a quick recap. I'm not going to go into the roadmap items because I'll let the Badgers do that as they do best. We had a new version of the mobile web app launched this week. So if you haven't updated or closed out and restarted your app, head on over. The social sharing features were added, as well as the QR code scanning for sharing and referrals. Yeah, and we've got another big week. I know Scripto King's working on a list of things, including getting to a multi-wallet and being able to switch between wallets. That's something on the list now. So yeah, we're looking forward to a great week. Catalyst shared with me we're in the green this week as well, Atlas, in terms of just stats across the board. Yes, sir. Since our our presentation yesterday, we sold 7 more legacy NFTs. So already seeing some excitement there. And just looking forward to this week, we're going to pick a day and present the roadmap to the rest of the community. So, bear with us, just kind of coming off of riding the high from the DAO presentation. And after we do the public presentation, I'll go ahead and publish the roadmap items and the full, most of the presentation, at least the roadmap portion of it, in the white paper where it already has our current roadmap. So we'll be replacing that with all of the fun stuff that you'll be seeing in the Badger videos, including some more as well. So yeah, looking forward to that and another big week of working in the background to deliver all of these wonderful products. And we're making some great progress. I know Alex has been working hard all weekend, and the rest of the team as well. And we've just had, meeting after meeting after meeting. So lots of things cooking, and looking forward to sharing more and more as we go here. But I think this week will be all about getting the roadmap pushed out and starting to get our ducks in a row to go start talking about talking to other communities about what all these great products are going to do for ArkFi. So that's about it from me, and looking forward to the Badgers, of course.
Thank you, Brett. And without further ado, I mean, they are really the superstars here of the ARK podcast. You know, we have Coach Roberto on Mondays. You know, we're so blessed with these amazing folks that are creating this contest. You know, we see so many amazing leaders: Florida Realtor, Justin McDonald's, Nito, Silver 7, Keegan, Tarno F, LJ Breezy, Juan, the herbalist. By the way, he is our resident farmer. We talk about ARK being for farmers. I mean, he is the farmer. DeFi Mystic, G.I. Joe, Donato, AJ Metz, Tony Moreau, Hiami and Co., Terry Tibbs, the Bean Master, Roman R., Nick, Catalyst, our editor-in-chief of the official ARK Medium, Crypto 69X, Big Nick, Andrew Doyle, Crypto Putter, man, love his videos. This guy is on fire. Ryan McGeorge, JB, Stephen Toast, Whiskey Santa, and of course our good friends Jashawn Vanquish, a great leader. I'm still blown away. Still think often about that incredible strategy that he put forth of getting rid of some of that junk that's laying around that has value that you're not using, and selling that on eBay and getting involved and turning that into some really nice cash here on the ARK. And of course, Vladimir Anunnaki. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Always enjoy your DMs. What a group. And now I'm going to turn it over to Coach Brad, DeFi. I'm sorry, all aboard for today with the residents, the Crypto Badgers. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you very much, Atlas. Not much for me to do today. Sunday's the easiest. All aboard for me because these guys are the residents here. I don't have to vet their videos because they are just top notch, and I get to watch them with the community for the first time. So it's very enjoyable for me. So without further ado, Max Power and Bizy Dips. I'll let you introduce the video, introduce yourselves, and then when you're ready, give me the nod and I'll play it in the bot for you. If you want it paused at any time, just let me know. Welcome and thank you.
Cheers, Brad, and hello all. I think I'm glad that Brett covered some of those updates in the mobile app because we had obviously a bunch of notes leading into the week for the video, and then kind of all had to go by the wayside once we saw the scale of the roadmap was presented in the DAO. So, and a real challenge for us to keep it to 25 minutes, which is already probably 3 or 4 minutes longer than our normal durations. There's just so much in there, and I think for the community watching this for the first time, there's still a lot more and a lot to look forward to when Brett and Atlas present this full thing to the community later in the week. So well done, guys, and happy for you to play the vid.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Max. And I shall play it for you now, sir. If you want it paused at any point, just let me know, sir.
Given it's 25 minutes, I think I'll just let it go.
A pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto Badgers.
Thanks for joining the Crypto Badgers, two degens that like to do our research. I'm Max Power, joined as always by Matt, aka Bizy Dips. A very warm welcome to all of our subscribers and anyone new. We do appreciate each and every one of you. It's a very special edition of the Crypto Badgers ArkFi Weekly. In the last 24 hours, the team has dropped an incredible roadmap presentation into the DAO, and we really appreciate their permission for us to cover some of our highlights from what was revealed. There's actually just so much in here that I think down the road, Matt, once this has been completely finalized and released to the public, we're going to have to do maybe a live stream or a proper deep dive. It's pretty big, isn't it?
It's absolutely massive. I mean, I'd had a really, really good week, Max, but after having seen the presentation from Atlas and Brett in the DAO, what was only a few hours ago, it's turned into an absolutely outstanding week because I think, Yeah, I'm not quite sure what everyone was going to be expecting in this document, but it's an absolute head spinner. It's an incredible document, and I think it's going to really surprise a lot of people.
So stick around for our roadmap highlights later in the video, and a reminder that our 10 ARK deposit bonus promotion is live until midnight, April 24 UTC time. Details for how to get your free ARK when you register to the Badgers team is in the description. And that might be useful because you may feel a little FOMO going through the ArkFi stats this week. Let's take a look. And we can see here that on the page, things are on the up. The ILC is up from, I think it was at 489K last week, up to the 500, did go up to 519. Some really big buys coming through over the course of the week. New accounts, about 170-ish new accounts. This number last week was sitting at 4472. So some steady growth there. And I think that the last 2 weeks we've seen the rate of growth increasing as more and more people hear about the ARK. Liquidity, I dare say next week we'll be talking and saying that this is over $900,000. I think I did hear Catalyst say on one of the podcasts that overall it's about 350,000 in the foundation, people providing liquidity, trying to get their shot at the Spark Prize winners. Matt, what happened this week with Spark?
Well, we've actually now cracked the $200,000 mark in terms of the value of ARK. It's been given away in this contest, which is, really quite incredible. And actually today we had an all-time high for the Daily Spark Rewards of 611 ARK. But for the week, we had a total of 3,529.49 ARK with a BUSD street value of $20,153.39. Absolutely massive, Max.
So 611, that's the first time that the
it's breached
600 mark was breached?
Yep, that's the very first time. And 200,000 now given away in total in terms of the BUSD value of ARK given away. Huge.
Unbelievable. The legacy NFT front, we had 14 sold across the course of the week. Most of these, 13 of them, are the silver NFTs. But I suspect, Matt, that when we go through this roadmap, people that may wish to pick themselves up a legacy NFT because there is the opportunity for some serious revenue to be generated there and further opportunities. And of course, we'll be going through just the highlights of the ArkFi roadmap today. But if you want to be able to see the full presentation, which was, I think, 2.5 hours long from the team in the DAO, you, of course, can grab one of these NFTs. It's been recorded and stuck in there, so you can go and check that out as well. An additional 114 accounts have actually gone from 2% to 1%. And unfortunately, Matt, we did have one. We had a few weeks of no increase on the red number here of 0.5%, but someone has stuffed their CWR and permanently down to 0.5%. Let's keep things moving. So we've got a lot to go through. What about this week on All Aboard, Matt?
Yes, Max, another huge week on All Aboard. We had Coach Brad presenting a pretty heartwarming story about that young man from India we spoke about last week who won the Spark Daily Reward, basically earning over 4 times now in his ARK account than he is from his regular day job, which is quite incredible. We also had a look at a Medium article from a gentleman named Brian, basically saying that ArkFi has pretty much rejuvenated his interest in crypto again. He's looking to expand his team. We heard also as well from Jishan from J Vanquish, taking us through how it was a really good video, this one, Max. I'm not sure if you caught this one, but
I did.
Basically how you have a look around your home, look for some old items or things you're not using, sell them on eBay, look to take those funds and grow an investment in ArkFi. So it was a really nice video indeed. But what else have we got? We've got Crypto Fergie. Took us through his first 105 days in the ARK. He's got, I think, over half of his investment back already. So he's a very, very happy camper. And last but certainly not least, we had Coach Brad presenting a new video by Amanda from AJ Met's channel. sort of comparing the minuscule return on his son's government savings bond and comparing that to what he's been earning in ArkFi. And he's even onboarded his first referral, Max. So that's really great to see.
Out in the schoolyard.
Out in the schoolyard, referring people away. Also, a final thing, good to see Brandon's channel is back as well. You'll find that called the DeFi Guide. So it's not a comeback, as he said, but he is back.
Now let's get to this roadmap. This was presented just under 24 hours ago from the time of us recording this, and really it's beyond what I think we could have expected. So we do try and manage our excitement and avoid moon boyish sort of sentiment, but it's pretty hard not to get pretty pumped up. So let's get into it, and I think that we can really break this down into 3 different sections: payments, privacy, and infrastructure. And quite incredibly, the team are building out utilities for all of these things, and it's going to create revenue for the ARK ecosystem. Obviously, we know they've done a tremendous job in setting up the ROI DApp. It's really worked flawlessly since inception. And so you can see here that in terms of these end-to-end solutions, it's going to allow people to buy crypto, to spend their crypto, and then also to remain private. In terms of fiat to crypto on-ramp, we've heard the team sort of mention this before. Use your fiat to purchase your favorite cryptos. I think I've heard the team say it's taken them, hours to be able to onboard people, to be able to get set up with a exchange, do their KYC, be able to load their sort of fiat into their account, buy some, if it's BNB, send it over to ARK. It's a really lengthy procedure. Whereas this is going to simplify all of that. All you'll need is an email, can be any email address, and you're going to be able to get started straight away with a credit debit card up to $2,000 to get you started. So that's going to be a massive time saver. And then also in terms of off-ramp, there's going to be crypto payments available, virtual prepaid cards, physical debit cards issued by Visa and MasterCard.
Huge, Max, huge.
It is massive. And you'll be able to link all this to your Apple Pay, your Google Pay, load up your card with crypto, and also, as Crypto Fergie does, withdraw cash at ATMs. And I believe Atlas said he ordered some takeaway and it was there in 15 minutes. So that's pretty sweet. I think what really impresses me about all this, though, is that, the team here, it's not just we can onboard you, pay some crypto. This is a truly end-to-end payment solution, and ARK is right in the middle of it. Even users now who are not in the vault are going to be able to be part of the ARK ecosystem. If it's less than $2,000, you want to buy some crypto, just come to ArkFi. No KYC needed, just your email address. Could be on board in 15, 20 minutes. Want to order a late night pizza with your BUSD? Think I'll just use my ArkFi. That'd be pretty sweet. And everyone who wants to even inquire about these services is going to be coming through ArkFi channels for information and support. So, really, if this idea catches on, it really can scale with enormous upside. And I guess with more users, it's going to mean more fees coming into the ARK ecosystem. Oh, sheesh.
It certainly is. I absolutely cannot wait to be able to get a physical ARK credit card or debit card. Sorry, it'd be absolutely awesome.
And obviously, they've also stressed the importance of privacy, Matt. And so, the next stage here is around the decentralized virtual private network.
This is an absolutely huge thing, this, Max, and pretty topical at the moment as well. Some of our listeners may be familiar with the Restrict Act, which is a bill that's been proposed in the USA. I think about a month or two ago that bill was proposed. That's really an attack on centralized VPN services and sort of extend that hand of government to control in terms of what content is viewed and all the rest of it. There's some pretty stiff penalties as well, fines and even sort of prison time for offences against that act should it actually be ratified. But there's other issues as well with sort of centralised systems. At the end of the day, they've got your information, and if a government were to request that information, then they're going to divulge it. So, at the end of the day, Max, what the market absolutely needs is a private, secure, and decentralized VPN service. And that is exactly what the ARK team are going to be taking out to market. I think it's just even on its own as a standalone product, this could be absolutely massive, Max.
So this is people volunteering their own servers.
Well, I think it's a combination. I mean, obviously, as with much in this roadmap, we're going to get more detail in the coming weeks and months. But as I sort of understand it, as a user, you'll either be able to act as some sort of form of node and sort of provide bandwidth from your side, or you can just go ahead if you just want to be a user of the network. You just pay a subscription fee like you would for Nord or any of the other centralized services. So I think there's going to be some options there. Obviously, we'll get some more detail on that as time goes by.
Yeah, and we'll come to, of course, how all these products are going to then benefit the ArkFi ecosystem later on as well. Really, in terms of the infrastructure and things that are being proposed, we have heard this one before, the on-chain gold token, where really a minimum investment of less than 1 gram of gold you're able to have on-chain, and it's 100% backed and publicly traceable. I believe you can even travel to the vault in Singapore and inspect this gold. If
Singapore or Switzerland or whatever they're using.
Yeah.
I think they've got a few options there, but this is the way to go. I mean, relying on having your liquidity sort of tied to a stable coin, and in particular BUSD, because we've discussed the enormous risks with that. And I just think this is just such a logical choice, not just for the ArkFi ecosystem. I can absolutely see this token being utilized by many other individuals and projects themselves. I mean, why wouldn't they want to use this?
Yeah, so it's going to be called the ARKG token, this one. And it can be used on any chain as well, across whether it's Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Polygon, whatever. Projects are going to be able to use this token. And as was mentioned, I think in the presentation, just like when there's the issuer of various gold, like if you make any kind of transaction buying gold at the moment, the issuer takes a fee on that. And it would appear that the ARK ecosystem is going to benefit by then receiving fees from usage of this on-chain gold token. So you can just imagine that if there's a situation down the line where there's some stablecoin chaos in various projects, and we don't actually wish that upon the space, but it is a risk.
It's a definite risk, particularly with BUSD.
You can just imagine with people looking around for options and what they could do, and it could be a massive rush to do something like this from the entire crypto space in DeFi, really.
Again, you look at this in isolation. This on its own is an outstanding product. If this was all that was contained in the roadmap, I mean, it's big on its own.
It will be switched over, won't it? So there'll be a BUSD effectively subbed out for...
Well, the current
token.
Yeah, the current liquidity will be migrated to this gold token.
So I believe the NFT rewards, they said, are going to be paid out in the ARKG as well.
Yep, and you'll find ultimately you'll find the ARKG token on exchanges, so you'll be able to convert it to, if you want to convert it to a stable coin, or you want to redeem the physical gold, or what, you're going to have choices.
Yeah, and the choices will include, of course, taking that ARKG token and out into fiat as well, which is going to come under, and this fits into this infrastructure as well, of a complete crypto bank service. So as I understand, Matt, this is sort of further down the line. We'll get the crypto on and off ramp up front in this phase 2. Phase 1 was the ROI DApp. Phase 2, we get the on and off ramps going and the DVPN business.
Indeed. This is really one-stop shop, right? This is a crypto bank. This is what we're talking about here. This has got the whole works and jerks in it. We're talking currency exchange. We're talking stock and commodity trading, bill pay. It's huge. It's basically a Web3 bank. That's what we're talking about here. It's a monstrous idea.
So would this be similar potentially to something like a neobank?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, obviously they're going to have banking partners for this, but it's going to be ARK branded. it's super exciting. I mean, this is a one-stop shop here that they're looking to achieve. Basically, having everything in-house, right? So you're going to be able to onboard your fiat, and once you do, you're kept there with a suite of services that you'd expect from a traditional bank, and then some.
It is ambitious, and it is worth us saying that there's a lot of work to be done to get all this done.
No
But
doubt.
I think they have been working on a lot of this for a long time. They're not starting at ground zero to get a lot of this off the ground.
No, they're not.
But I think we can. It's extremely exciting. We also, you do recognise that there's a lot of work that needs to go in, and obviously the marketing of this. And there's a pretty neat community of 4,500 or so at the moment.
That's a start
as well, ready to use these services. So, but it's going to be a role to play for everybody. And I do understand there's going to be some referral bonuses available for people to onboard others to use these services down the line in the future. And we've seen so far the ARK community is pretty damn good at doing that. So
they certainly are, Max. Certainly.
See how that goes. Now we're moving as well, Matt. We're moving to Polygon, and I think, as Atlas actually explained in the presentation, that the name Binance, when you say it out to the average person on the street, the associations that perhaps get made to that. Now, we've had a great time on BSC.
Oh, we've had a ball.
Really, it's probably been one of the most flawless operating chains, you could almost say, really, to use overall. But the association to Binance does mean that it's hard to get that credibility if you're going to be a crypto bank or one of, offer these kind of services.
No one's building that on Binance.
No.
I mean, it's a degen chain. And unfortunately, it's sort of known for its rugs, and you're not going to see credible projects building on it in the future. I think that's pretty obvious. And obviously the problems as well now with BUSD. And also it's not very decentralized as well. That's an issue. I think the move to Polygon is absolutely the right thing. I mean, you've really got to mitigate that risk with Binance Smart Chain and BUSD. Also, just tying in with the on-chain gold token, Polygon, basically that also offers the Chainlink proof of reserves technology, which is essential for creating these tokens and tracking and tracing and all the rest of it that needs to be done for that. So it's a really, really good move. And also, Max, another key factor, transaction cost. I mean, Binance Smart Chain, even though we're in a bear market, it's still expensive to use. I mean, when we first started using Binance Smart Chain, it was just, cents per transaction, but now it's dearer. And really, you're looking at much, much lower transaction fees on Polygon.
Yeah, and I think also it's worked out quite nicely, really, hasn't it? They've been able to, kind of market, I suppose, to the ROI DApp community, which largely exists on BSC. And now that, that community is well aware of the project, you can take it to something like Polygon, which, will have another community there. And I think also being able to, perhaps connect with other projects that are building on Polygon, some of, quite reputable brands and projects already building on there. So
for sure, Max. I mean, it's a credible chain. Unfortunately, Binance Smart Chain isn't. And this is why, big companies are using Polygon, your Disneys and Warner Brothers and Teslas and so on and so forth. You're not going to see those sorts of companies going to Binance Smart Chain. So I think that it adds a huge amount of credibility to the endeavors of the team and the project.
Now, when happening?
When Lambo?
It always the question, no doubt, when the team, presents this, they'll be getting excited and saying, when Lambo, sir? When bank?
Well, it's not too far away.
No. So here is the timeline on the screen here, and we can see that the fiat on-ramp and the crypto payments coming Q2. So I think that is by the end of June is the idea, along with the decentralized VPN services. They have also flagged that they will make some strategic investments. Matt, maybe you just want to explain on that one. Brett explained it quite well, I thought, in the presentation.
Yeah, he did, and I certainly won't do his explanation justice. But essentially, the team will look at strategic investments in the DeFi space, but really only in cases where that investment is going to encourage some cross promotion and utilization of the utilities that the team has planned. So, there's got to be some benefit, real strong benefit in it for ArkFi to do that.
So they could say approach Project X and say, hey, we'll put 20 grand in, but you'll use our fiat on ramp or our ARKG token eventually.
Or promote the credit card service or the debit card services or whatever it might be, or the VPN. Could be a host of things.
Yeah. Obviously, the ARKG token will require being on the Polygon network. We expect those two to kind of get launched reasonably close together. I'm sure Scripto King and the team are going to have their work cut out migrating all these contracts over to another chain. They're going to build their own AMM DEX as part of this ecosystem, and we can expect the crypto bank also out there at the end. And also the layer one maps. We've got, it has been sort of mooted before, but I believe there's going to be a sort of an ESG compliant blockchain, their own layer one maybe.
Yeah, with renewables and all the rest of it. It sounds pretty exciting using ZK tech as well. So that's also another huge thing to look forward to. I mean, as I said earlier, all of these things in isolation are massive business units, very impressive business units that can bring in huge revenue streams for the project. So when you sort of combine them all, it's a bit of an unstoppable force, Max.
And of course, there's nothing to say that in the future that one of these business units, may attract some significant investment on their own.
For sure.
Parties or...
I mean, in the full presentation given to the DAO just a few hours ago, examples of the valuations of some of these VPNs and what have you are sort of contained in there, and they're eye-watering numbers. So, I mean, the team would have the opportunity to take further investment, or they could spin these things off or sell them or whatever. There's a lot of choices there, but these are not small business units that they're looking to develop here. I mean, these things can be worth a hell of a lot of money, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars even.
Yeah, and so you might be also saying, well, that's great. We've got all these businesses. How does this affect the ARK? And you can see here on the screen in terms of the revenue generation. This is when people, a lot of people come into ARK and say, well, what external revenue have you got? What utilities have you got? And I think it'd be quite funny, actually, to be in the Telegram group and see, what utilities have you got? Say, we've got a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp. We've got a centralized VPN service. We've done our own gold token. We've done our own DEX, a crypto bank. We make strategic investments.
Yeah, it does make what some of the other projects are doing sort of look like child's play, really, doesn't it?
Not like, yes, we'll be doing a lottery.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this team are playing a different game and bringing that sort of, their experience, their high-level business experience, and putting this into this DeFi project. I mean, you can see it on the screen.
Yes, so there is more detail on this in the presentation. We don't want to steal all of the thunder of the team completely here, but all of these fees that come in are basically going to be split, and they're going to be split into the NFT holders and the ILC reserves.
And the Treasury. So all of this is going to help sustain the what has already been released in phase 1 in the ROI DApp. All of this is going to support that. And I think in terms of the NFTs, Matt. Oh, yeah.
Not only is this rewards pool going to see an injection of this external revenue in here, I mean, it already pays pretty well, right?
I think someone said earlier today, it might have been Catalyst, mentioned that NFT holders have already enjoyed a 36.5% return in BUSD terms on their NFTs. So let's just forget all these new utilities for a moment. I mean, that investment on its own, as it stands right now, is a great one. You're probably going to earn somewhere around the 100% APR on that. Then factor in all of the revenue from these utilities, and it becomes your NFT DeFi utility token.
Yeah, super exciting. Looking at that roadmap, as we mentioned, that is not the full roadmap. That is just a snippet of the highlights. Can you believe?
And I think we've done well just to keep it down to that, Max, because it's a very, very detailed document.
Like
Very
I said, if
impressive
you do get your
indeed.
hands on one of those NFTs, you can go into the secret DAO and watch the full presentation where it was extremely impressive from Atlas and Brett going through the whole lot. It was so big. Look, we're not going to go through our wallet today. We're going to wrap it up there. Yeah, super exciting time of the ARK, and well done to the team. So well done, Matt. We got there.
It's a big one, Maxie. Big one.
Moon Sir, coming live from the crypto world, bringing you all that you need. Let's go. This is the YouTube crypto show with two guys who are kind of in the know. Crypto badges are here, so you're in the clear. No worry or fear, yeah, we're helping you steer. Shouts to the team, we can't forget Max Power and Bazzi Dips. Don't get wrecked. A pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto badges.
All right. Another one. Is my microphone okay? Let me just check again.
It's good.
All right. Man, you guys must be exhausted after doing the research and breaking it all down, making it look so easy. We really know how hard it is to put these things together. The commentary, the slides. I mean, that's why they call you guys the masters at work over here on the ARK, because the facts are really clear.
Nobody
does
it better.
Maxie and Matt bring in another winner. A banger. Really loved it.
Keen to hear what if there's a few others in the community. I don't know if there's any who just saw that either for the first time or I mean, I don't know what people coming in cold to its reactions are like, but certainly for us, we just it was a head spinner. Just sort of couldn't believe how ambitious that you guys have chosen to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's hear from the great community. We almost broke the 50 participants. I think we were one shy. We're at 49 at one point. And today, I mean, we almost reached the 50, so we're going to give away 100 BUSD today for the winner of the All Aboard. So we'd love to hear from you, Udaman, anyone here, Silver 7. Maybe you haven't seen all the information, but this is the summary. We really love to hear back from you.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Fantastic. You're in the know now, Mr. Silver 7.
Yeah.
You're in the know.
I've been traveling a lot, and it's hard enough for me to pay attention on a regular day. I just hopped into the thanks for the information. I just got hopped in there. So I'm going to be checking everything out. Yeah, it's looking exciting, man. Very exciting.
Well, I think it was around a 2.5-hour recording presentation. So the Badgers summarized it for us in that video we just saw, which is a huge help. And especially for the folks that are not legacy NFT holders like yourself, who want to know what's happening. You know, we've been very tight-lipped about everything that we've been building these past few months that are going to, be coming live. I mean, most of the stuff, the on and off ramps already connected. We're just doing the final touches on the front end. So big things happening, and products that other projects will be able to incorporate and earn affiliate income, passive income for those referrals and using these products. So it's going to be quite exciting.
Yeah, it's actually terribly exciting. It's very well needed in this world.
Yeah, I could see you using those virtual cards. Man, they're amazing. Takes about 12 seconds. Throw your BUSD in there. You got your Visa, MasterCard, no KYC. Throw it on a burner phone, man. Tap and pay, or just buy online, whatever you want. Nobody has to know your business.
Is there anything like that? out there at all at the moment? Because I've not seen anything like that with a card that you can just sort of sign up with an email and have that sort of spending limit.
Well, that's actually a card. The one with the email, that you can make a fake email if you want, but that's just for the onboarding up to 2K, no KYC. So that's one product. And then we have two products for the offboarding. The virtual Visa MasterCard. Think of a Visa MasterCard you can go and buy at a store, prepaid card. But this one you actually load directly with crypto in less than 12 seconds, and you're good to go. And you can add it to your iPhone or your Android wallet and go and tap and pay and put gas in a card, do whatever you wish. I know Silver 7's a big proponent and advocate for privacy. So I thought that product would really mean something to them.
Yeah, I joined in there late, so I'm going to be ripping the data apart. I don't have to travel here for a couple more days, so hopefully I can squeeze it in. But you're right, man. Privacy is all we have, all we should want.
Yeah, we can't let the man control us, especially not our crypto. And we know that
if you don't prevent it, they will do it.
Yeah, they're going after the exchanges. They want to take the control. They want to strangle the crypto-friendly banks, the few of them that are out there for fiat onboarding and offboarding. So the writing's on the wall, and we really see a huge gap opening that needs to be filled. Where there's crisis, there's always opportunity. And it's about finding those right banking partners and coming in and the way we're doing it, we don't even show them the crypto. We know they're allergic to the shit, right? So we convert it to fiat, we deposit with them, and we let our customers do their transactions without having to show their KYC under these programs that we have in place. So it works. It's playing the game because it. Mm-hmm.
What an odd concept that somebody should be able to do something with what's theirs.
Exactly. So, there always has to be a way for people to be able to get into crypto and then also touch their crypto and be able to use it in the real world. Because if we don't have that connection, then our crypto becomes worthless. And I know there's a lot of people, screw the banks, stay away from the banks. I mean, I get that, but that's not the world we really live in. We just need to learn how to play the game, protecting our crypto, having our keys, and being anonymous, using mixers in the middle, making sure that where nobody can see where your crypto came from or where it's going. And you should have the right to spend it how you wish and how you want without the government being, on top and seeing everything that you're doing. Get off those exchanges. Get off those exchanges, boys.
Yeah, you should never have your crypto on exchange anyway. You don't own the keys, you don't own the crypto. We're in a weird transition paradigm, so we're going to have two things up, hence all your little tools with offloading and VPN privacy, and you could see and watch they're going to target that. They've already started it, as you mentioned, with the Restriction Act. I think it was 10 years. They said 10 years in prison that you'll get if caught violating.
I saw 20. I saw 20, but
well,
somewhere in the middle with a good attorney.
If you look inside the actual bill, I can post it for you on the congressional upper chamber. The idea is that there's going to be some form of a transition here, moving from fiat to digital, and but the things that we can do is make sure we secure things correctly and watch IP address logging. I mean, VPN has its absolute use, but if not implemented properly, it can a little bit of pressure on somebody can, just like you said, don't have your money on an exchange. The exchange is the weakness. The VPN provider can be a weak point too.
Oh man, they're the number one people spying on you and selling your info to the 3-letter agencies and everybody else. I mean, they got offices inside of their headquarters. It's not a secret.
Panic mode.
All right, Nato, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thanks. This is a tremendous roadmap. And hi, Silver. Good to see you. Hope you get rest too. This is a tremendously very ambitious roadmap. Pulling off a portion of this is outstanding, really impressive. So, and I feel you can do it. But I was curious on the issue, the debit card, debit card. Basically, with the card use, it's issued with Visa and MasterCard, right? So in the past, they've been able to block other providers. I know that it's sort of like a prepaid card. So would they not be able to impose? Would they not be able to just require a KYC later, or based on policy? How do you see them? How do you avoid that, or how would you avoid that? My understanding what's possible.
Well, how do you stop someone from going to a Walgreens and buying a prepaid card?
I'm aware of that, they see, but I believe you would have ID, so it ultimately can. I believe.
Have you ever bought a prepaid card at a Walgreens or? Okay.
I saw them, of course. But
yeah, it's a $6.8 trillion industry, my friend, for Visa and MasterCard. 2026, that's the expected, volume of business. And it's a business that's been going on for quite a good amount of years, if you're not aware. So there's always business interests, and it's about being able to do things the right way. So this is not, reinventing the wheel. It's just applying the pressure and doing things in a format that is completely legal. There's two products for the offboarding: the virtual, which are the prepaid, and then you have the actual physical card that you can go to the ATM and use it, and that is offshore over in Panama. So we're staying clear of where we know the heat is, and are able to do our transactions. Then we have another product that's still not here live, but we're going to be doing IBANs as well. So you can, at one point you're going to be able to chop up your Wells Fargo credit card, debit card, your whole account, or your Bank of America, and you're going to enter a contest that if you chop up the card and you take a picture of it and tweet it to ARK, you're going to qualify to win a really massive prize. So you'll have your high yield savings account, which is the foundation, earning 100% APR. It's liquid. You don't need the crap they offer you over at Bank of America or Chase or First National. So that's the direction we're going. We're trying to, get everyone out of those dinosaur, banking institutions and going to the future. And you should be able to have your direct deposit from your job going into an account that in the same application has your crypto. You're able to trade it whenever you want to, move money. You take it from your cold wallet, you bring it over to your, fintech crypto banking applications, swap it over, put it into USD, and go spend your money. So that's where this is all heading.
And you're planning on tumbling the virtual side of as well?
Tumbling? I don't understand.
Or Mixer, use Mixers on that as well?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. But the virtual card's a great product, because that's 15 seconds or less. And you're good to go.
Great.
Up to 5K, you'll be able to load on each card. They're disposable throwaways, and you just go and get yourself a new one. Use a burner phone if you want to, or depends how you want to manage your cards.
Okay, huge demand, especially where they're restricting cash value of transactions. Excellent. So with the decentralized VPN, may I ask what jurisdiction that is we're running with, or where's the jurisdiction for that?
It's decentralized. It's in the cloud. That's the beauty of it.
And key point on that burner phone. Burner phone will be your break to the weak link. That can be anonymous if done properly, as much so
Absolutely.
As a bank card, as you said, a Visa card, a gift card.
Yep.
These are little loopholes that have been in of the old time, but it's vitally important to learn it and utilize it because that will map your real world data to your virtual fictitious crypto world data.
Never connect to your Gmail or any of that stuff, because you're just doing nothing. But maybe Silver 7, if you find some time, you could do a part here on the podcast and do some education on how to really go rogue off grid for managing all of your crypto and on and offboarding it. I think that'd be quite fascinating if it's something that interests you to educate this community.
Oh no, I'd be happy to do that.
Atlas, pardon me, with ARKG, if I could ask, ARKG, which is super interested. I'm interested. This gold backed for 1 ounce. In the future, when we migrate to Poly in Q3 or around there, based on the time, the roadmap, will the rewards become like instead of BUSD now? Will they become ARKG rewards? Will that be an option, or is it going to be? And as also, will there be a lock-in, like some lock-in for those rewards?
Instead of getting BUSD, you're going to get ARKG. Then you could decide what you want to do with it. If you want to convert it to a stable coin at an exchange, or if you even want to take possession of your gold, have it shipped to you, or you want to segregate over in Singapore and create your own account under your own name and have the physical gold put into your segregated vault.
So it's like getting PaxG, for example, if I can find an analogy, where you get a yield. I'm not sure what the yield is, but you get a yield, and you instead of BUSD, and you could redeem it with a certain amount for actual backed gold from the vault, right?
It's a much different product than PaxG. There's a lot of restrictions, and generally they don't let you take the physical gold. And I guess it's like over 250K. I'd have to go back through their policies, but it's pretty restrictive the way they're doing it. We're improving all that. We're taking what they're doing and doing it in a more decentralized way. You do not want to be doing business in New York if you're doing crypto. So we see a great market there to go and fill that void.
What's the yield on? What would you think the yield would be on that? ARKG? APY?
There is no yield on it.
But I thought there's a yield on PaxG, for example.
Our product does not have a yield. It is correlated in price 1-to-1 with gold because it has the physical gold connection to it. We're using Chainlink to monitor the off-chain asset, which is the physical gold, and then we're bringing it on-chain. So at any moment, you can see exactly how much is in the vault and how much is being traded. But there will be, obviously, and other projects can take that and do yield on it. But we're providing the tokenization for the ARK as the first prototype, right? You're earning through ARK, but once you get your ARKG, you have your ARKG. There's not a payment of yield. Let me confirm that too with Mr. Brett.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was thinking about the premiums that we talked about. So when we do issue or tokenize the gold, there is a premium, just like if you went to a dealer and you bought a gold coin or gold bar from that dealer, they're going to be a small markup. And as we issue those ARKG tokens, we are going to generate some revenue that's going to flow back to the ecosystem, but not to the holder of the ARKG token. So it doesn't in and of itself generate a yield, but it can fluctuate in price based on the price of gold. So if you think long term that the gold price is going to go up based on all of the geopolitics and what's happening with the financial system, then you can benefit from price appreciation from the gold token itself.
Right. So it's, and pardon me, I'm not all versed in all this, but basically, I understand PAX-G is tokenized gold backed, and of course it has disadvantages, jurisdiction, and also redemption amount. I believe up to a full kilo or something, right, to redeem it, and it's very restrictive. But with this, but there is a yield, which was striking to me, because it's intrinsic backed crypto with a yield. I never heard of that. But with this, there's no yield, only like a dealer, like the transactions of it for NFT holders, etc. Do you see any way to have yield? Okay, excuse me. So you answered that, and then is there a minimum to redeem? Like if you wanted to actually get gold, like an ounce, would you be able to do it in increments of that, or is there a minimum to redeem, like from the vault?
We're still working out the final details, but ideally you should be able to get grams and ounces shipped to you, and under over a certain amount that's worthwhile for the storage facility, the vault, to segregate and create a separate account for you, or then you would take custody and you would actually pay the vault fees yourself.
Yeah, and keep in mind, there's handling fees and everything, Nito. So if you're not doing a reasonable amount of volume, not obviously not 250,000, but if you're not doing let's say 20 ounces or somewhere in that neighborhood, it might not make a lot of sense for you to try to take physical possession, just because it has to be separated from the vault amount that ArkFi holds in liquidity, and then taking physical possession of it. So there's a lot of transaction fees that are going to go into that manual process and the separation of it, and then also separation into a separate vault or shipped to you. So the weight of that and shipping it. So you're not going to want to take possession of a gram or two. It wouldn't make sense.
Okay, this is great. I just wonder about potential yield. Like I've heard of, like there's 1 gram Dubai. There's several. Those a little older, but there's a variety of high interest thing. But I just if you have a certain amount,
I think you have to wonder where that yield's coming from, and is there counterparty risk in that yield?
It's not secured.
Yeah,
it's not secured.
Yeah, that's not our business model. But thank you for your question, Nito. Let's open it up to other people as well.
And just a quick follow-up.
We do
yield from the ARK Vault, right? So it's basically the same difference, it's just coming from the ARK Vault, right?
Could you repeat that, Shashan? You sounded a little bit far away.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying you're still going to get yield if you're in the ARK Vault. So it's almost like the same. It's better. It's almost better that way.
Well, it's a completely different thing, right? What we're doing here is just getting away off of stable coins and BUSD. That's a target. We don't want to be associated, and we want it for our ROI DApp. But in all of the creating the infrastructure to make this work, we have a viable product that we can take multi-chain and offer it to any other projects that if the shit hits the fan, they'll be able to pair to ArkG. And they'll be able to now be, quote unquote, in the legal, as we understand that regulations going more towards getting rid of the stable coins because they want their CDBCs in place, but they are accepting tokenized commodities and assets. That's the primary move here. So we see the writing on the wall, and we want to get ahead of it, and we want to meet the demand of a potential crisis that's before us.
I'm 100%. PAX-G, you're not putting PAX-G in a PAX-G vault and getting yield on your PAX-G vaults. What I'm saying is,
no.
The ARK vault would continue to pay out, and you're paying out in ArkG. So even though you may not get a yield on your ArkG that you hold solely, you're still getting a yield from the ARK vault, which in my opinion is better than getting a yield.
Correct. Correct. And I'm sure there'll be other projects and staking protocols that will have you bring into their staking platform ArkG. And then they'll provide you a yield, and I mean, people will be able to build and pair to it and be very creative. And by the way, folks, we have reached 50 participants on the pod tonight. So that means there's $100 BUSD prize for the All Aboard. All aboard! All right. And on the interest of time, let's go ahead and move on to the toad and the wheel of the toad.
Brad is going to be spinning it for tonight just because I'm on my phone right now. My internet went out, so he is going to be spinning the wheel of toad for us tonight.
All right. Let's make it happen. 100 BUSD, folks. 50 on the pod.
Can you see my...
There it is.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
We see it. Perfect. Very clear. How many participants do we have?
The screen doesn't tell me. Mistletoe, do you have that number?
We had just under 60.
Just under 60. Well, we could do a lot better. You want to tell them about it? Mistletoe, how do you participate? How do you win this 100 BUSD?
Of course. Every day, so this is the wheel of the toad, as they like to call it. Every day we have a new sweep widget link posted there in the main chat. All you're going to have to do is go click that link, follow the tasks listed below. Ranges from liking, subscribing, commenting on some YouTube videos, clapping up some Medium articles, clicking some links, retweeting some tweets. And once you do all that, you'll be entered onto this beautiful wheel to win $50 to $100 worth of BUSD. It's that simple.
And how does this help the ARK, Mistletoe?
Oh, this helps the ARK tremendously. Everyone, every time when you go and enter into the sweep widget, you're actually helping all the content creators push their videos out to the algorithm. And I'm sure a lot of the content creators on here can speak for that, but it helps them tremendously. They really appreciate all the likes, all the comments, all the subscriptions, and really just helps push the videos to the world.
There we go. Organic growth at its best. No shiller out there can do what any of these great content creators here that are invested, who have the money where their mouth is, invested here in the ARK, earning every single day, getting paid out, massive rates, smiling ear to ear. I mean, everybody on the ARK is winning, folks. This is unprecedented what you're witnessing here. And Bizy Dips, Max, are you guys happy when the community goes to the sweep widget and they follow, they like, subscribe, smash the little bell? Does that make it worth all the hard work that you guys are doing?
Oh, it makes a massive difference.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Our little channel, which was just sort of doing for fun, has grown immensely. Since covering ARK, and that's, I'm sure, largely due to the wheel, which obviously helps more people see it.
And I've heard through the grapevine that you're not only growing, but that the syndicate is also on a tear.
Yeah,
the syndicate for the Crypto Badgers.
The last couple of weeks has certainly been quite noticeable, which is nice. So as more people hear about it and I guess see our stuff, and obviously we've had the promo going with thanks to Chris as well. So it's pretty cool to see, and I think a lot of the guys doing content out there, I noticed that they're building some pretty big teams now. So I'm sure all this helps.
Oh man, we got to battle that NDV. I know you didn't cover it this week because you had so much material for the presentation, the roadmap. But how's that NDV? Did you drop to the 1% or through those?
I said to Matt yesterday, we've started picking up these referrals just after we've gone negative, so we've kept getting to -1, -2. Just haven't actually got back. But that's all good. We've had a good run on the 2%, so there's nothing wrong with 1%.
Oh, it's an absolute win. But maybe as a community, we can show support and rally and and go join that syndicate. Open up a couple wallets under the Badgers, folks. I mean, these guys are just really setting the tone. I can tell you that it is my go-to video to send out to the folks that I've done business with on a very, very high level, because they're so sophisticated as investors. I haven't seen them play golf, but I can imagine they're really, really good at it. And the way that they show their Excel and they're giving all of the alpha, it's so professional that I don't have any problem with sending it over to my white collar people and VC type folks, bankers that can really relate to very smart, educated investors that are out there degenning, but in a very, very smart manner. So I hope some of the folks, and I know you've got can you tell us a little bit about you have a special going on, I think, until tomorrow, the 24th?
Yeah, basically we'll send 10 ARK to anyone who joins under our wallet up until the end of the 24th. So all you got to do is send us cash. Whoever has the biggest deposit, we're going to send 40 ARK to. So nice way.
Ooh, baby. Let's go. Well, if I could play the game, I would go and open some wallets under you. But unfortunately, we have strict no insider trading policy for the advisors as well as the team. So we're restricted from building syndicates. But we could definitely tell folks that it's the place to be. I mean, the information are there. You guys have been in the space for such a long time. Great leaders, great mentors, great educators. And if I had a chance, I'd definitely be in your syndicate. No doubts about it.
We did actually take
a
syndicate member out for some golf as well on the weekend. So
that's it. Membership has its privileges, folks. And, you guys are, insiders here. You always get the alpha. So very good to be close into your syndicate for the inside information. Without further ado, let's go ahead and Coach Brad is going to do the magic of spinning the toad wheel, on a count of 3, 2, 1. Who is it?
Congratulations, Petty1607. You have won $100 worth of BUSD.
Couple of minutes of your time. And for everyone else who participated and didn't win today, tomorrow you have another chance. I mean, I believe in a couple of hours, you guys are putting the new sweep widget, so they could even do it tonight.
Oh, yes, sir. The sweep widget will be up shortly after the podcast.
All right. Fantastic. Great content. And this is organic growth. This is the best way. We want to give back to our community, to our investors. When we first started the All Aboard, we were letting anyone just come in, and we realized that there were just a bunch of folks that were not invested here. And they were taking advantage and winning over and over. And we saw that, and we said, these people don't have vault accounts. You want us to send you the money where? No. It's not happening. This is for our community. No one else. And if you want to be a part of this great community and you want to win and you want to be sailing on the ARK and earning 10 ARK to get started, you could participate. But, this has to be for our investors. And since we made that decision, there was a couple of, little cheats out there that were not too happy because they thought they could come in here and game the system. Sorry, my friends, it's not happening. So we reset the rules, and believe it or not, we had a uptick. The community respected that. They got more involved. And, you got to make the right decisions, folks. Take care of the people who really are heart and soul all in on the ARK. What a great community. So it is that time. Let's take a look. What's happening with Sparky? Sparky's been going on quite the tear. All-time high yesterday. And let's see here, folks. Oh, boy. Are my eyes deceiving me? Coach Brad, Mistletoe, here, let me check again, because this is getting quite juicy.
Oh my goodness.
Boy, 647.88 ARK, folks. Street value of $3,700.
Oh my days.
Whoa. NDV going through the roof. The gauges almost breaking from the pressure. The glass, about to just crack.
Hey, Atlas.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
I keep saying that I haven't won yet, and Sparky's not coming around to me. But I tell you, now that I think about it, I don't want to win right now, because if this thing's going to keep climbing and climbing and climbing, I'll wait another year to where it's like 12, 1,500, maybe 2,000 ARK. Then you can give it to me then.
Absolutely. See, that's the right attitude. And sometimes, I don't know if you find this in your own personal experience and life journey, but I find out when we chase things, they run away from us. And sometimes when we just say, okay, let it come to me. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to be obsessed with it. And I move in a different direction and focus on some other positive things. It just appears right then and there. It's almost like you have to surrender and let it be. So that's just a personal experience of mine that I've learned through time. Don't chase things. Work hard for what you want to work hard for. But when the right time is right, it'll come through. It'll happen. And another lesson that I can also share is that sometimes when things don't come my way exactly how I want, exactly at the right perfect time, when I was younger, I used to get upset about it until I started learning that there was a reason for it not to happen, because there was something much, much better coming in store. But you don't realize it at the moment. It's hindsight 2020, right? After the thing passes and then you realize that maybe it would have been a bad decision, or maybe you could have had a much better deal. And I think that's what you hit the nail on the head there. Very, very positive thinking. I love it. I like it. And when it comes, boy, does it feel good. Sheesh. Take it to the limit, folks. And we saw the little dip in the spark in the round robin. Round and round we go, my friends, on the round robin. And we had a little bit of a drop. There's that 15-day period. And once it crosses that over, then you start to see this, these gains. And the more I talk, the more it grows. So let's get right to it in the spirit of time. And I see Mr. Z, are you going to be doing DeFi sessions? I already told everyone you had a hall pass today. Or are you observing you're out on the streets?
Is my coverage working just fine? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Awesome. Do you want me to do some articles? Should we look into DeFi a little bit, or do you want to do the Spark reward?
Well, we had a pretty long all aboard with a fantastic video from the Masters at Work, aka the Crypto Badgers. So we fit right in that you wouldn't be doing the stream today. So we'll see you tomorrow. Relax, enjoy the delicious food. The taste buds are just they're reset. So everything tastes so much better after all that fasting.
Oh man, after 30 days. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can I cover one thing though? There's one thing I want to cover.
Not right now. Not right now. The Sparky is here, defrosting, ready to be unleashed. After that, we're gonna have a Q&A, so maybe we'll leave it for the Q&A.
Okay, awesome, man. I'll take it. I love it.
So here we go, folks. Let's go ahead and begin. Sit back, relax, chill. Round and round we go to the limit. Another all-time high Spark rewards for you. Let's find the winner.
Get this crypto. get this crypto.
And there it is, folks. We have the lucky winner, all-time high Spark. Congratulations. The lucky winner, their wallet ends in 7984. They've won 656.57 ARK. Street value, 3,749.64.
Atlas,
USD.
that's not correct. Their wallet ends in 9C25.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting that. I'm getting used to the new system. 9C25. Thank you for that. This is the new interface. Congratulations to this lucky winner. First-time winner. Sheesh. Oh, boy. Nitro mode. Wow. Wherever they are in for quite the prize, my friends. Amazing. And as we do for every first-time winner, we play the first-time winner of Spark jingle. It's a bit loud. Careful with your ears. Here we go.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
Oh, man, my heart stopped there. My friend's wallet ends in 25C, and this one was C25. I was like, no way.
Maybe tomorrow. But yeah, that is close. I can imagine for a lot of folks here when the numbers do come out, they might skip a beat, those hearts out there. Because, boy, it does make a huge difference. The best part, of course, of the ARK Podcast.
Oh, yeah. I had to double check myself. But, Alice, you are getting some crack Snapple pop there.
All right. Let me see if we can fix that on the fly, or I'll have to log back in. How's that? Still the same? Hello? There we go. Is it snap, crackle, pop, or are we clear?
Yeah, still some static.
Okay, I'll be right back. Sound check. Microphone check.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And Mr. Z, he wanted to bring some alpha. We could do it. Is he still here? Let's look around. Mr. Z, calling out to the Z.
He is no longer with us, sir.
Okay. Well, we are over time. 35 minutes over, but a great podcast. We want to thank every single one of you for coming out today. A fantastic day coming off of the big reveal for the legacy NFT holders, the DAO. We're going to be sharing more information. Big thank you to the Crypto Badgers, a.k.a. Max Power, Bizy Dips, a.k.a. the Masters at Work. Another incredible video. They just keep raising the bar. What an honor. Congratulations to the all-time high winner. That is an absolute massive nitro boost into your ARK investment. Hope you enjoy it. As well as the 100 BUSD winner of the All Aboard here on the ARK Podcast. We had 50 participants. The rules are if we have over 50, you're going to win 100 instead of 50 BUSD. Hope you enjoy that as well. And folks, we're going to be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. UTC, our new standard regular time for the podcast. For the folks that are listening to the podcast recording, we also thank you for your participation through listening, and we hope you found it educational as well as entertaining. Please take care of yourselves, be great to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow.